It's Mortal Kombat time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Sektor figure. Now, finally, Storm Collectibles rolling something out other than ninjas, cyborg ninjas. So here comes the next big wave of recolors, but I can't hate them for it. It was Mortal Kombat's fault in the first place. And it would look pretty colorful once we get them all out. I started off with Sektor, also got Cyrex and Smoke coming up very soon, but let's dive in and have a look at Sektor. This is great. I love this. After having a look at Scorpion 2.0 just recently, which had horrible paint, I can confirm, happily confirm, that that will not be the case for Sektor. Now, having a look at the size real quick, he stands at about 18.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we're going up to 5.2 inches tall. Has some good size to it. Kind of lines up with the Storm Collectibles. Probably is a little bit bigger than the previous ninjas. Storm has had a little bit of an issue with scales. I gotta admit that. So keep that in mind if you got your old Storm Collectibles figures and you line them up with these new ones. It might look a little bit out of whack. Now, overall look in detail. There's a lot of detail in this Sidewalk Armor. And the first thing you will notice, they have a nice metallic paint job, especially in the red. I mean, the silver looks a little bit more muted. That's fine. It makes the red also more vibrant, sticking out. You have the dreads in the back, which are just soft plastic. Also nice with the tips, with the silver on it. But yeah, I love the shade of red. It's just screaming at me. It just comes yelling at me, and it's beautiful. I like it. So then we got all the armor parts on the shoulders. There's some more detail in it. Is there some battle damage or no? Now, the one thing about the paint is there seems to be silver. The silver goes a little bit wild. There's some spots where it kind of goes over, and there's like a small silver line in the red in there, and that's just really impressive how they did that. It just kind of goes awry, but still. It has some spots like this, and in the middle part of the armor looks nice, the black, and it's so beautiful. But however, let's not forget there's also even detail under the armor, and this is soft plastic over here. I don't want to bet on it, but I would think that you might be able to even take off the armor parts. But I just want to highlight the detail that's under the armor on the butt. And you got tons more of that you might not even see at first glance, but it's nicely molded on there. And there's just a lot to this figure. Then we have the belt, and that's another part where it's just, I think the silver of the belt is just kind of rubbing off. You can tell under there. That just goes off with a little bit of water. I already removed some of it, so. But if you're moving the belt around, you will have some more spots on there. But it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just kind of like a small thing. With this soft plastic painted stuff, it's just, what else do you expect? By the way, it is nicely painted. There's no bleeding. There's nothing that really goes over the line. And it is also very shiny. It doesn't differentiate itself. It has a little bit of a different shade. But it's always like the thing with like the soft plastic and the hard plastic. Often it looks completely different, and in this scenario I'm thinking like, okay, it has a little bit of a different shade, but I'm still thinking it's pretty good. Then you got the fist, also has nice detail on there. Just wanted to highlight that real quick with the gray going around the wrist. As we move down to the legs, you got the knee pads, which have, I'm losing some of the dreads. He's losing his hair. This actually has a very nice paint job. You can tell it's getting a little bit darker around the edges. It has a little bit of shading on it to make it look that much more realistic. So overall, the look is really good on this guy. So before I get to the articulation, I kind of played around with it, and there's nothing really connected to it in the front or the back. So again, I'm not gonna take him apart, but if you want to do it, I think it can be done. So you know, if you want to customize, go nuts. You get a pretty good body with this one. But you might want to know if it's articulated well, and let me tell you, it's the Storm Classic stuff. Like, just with the head, with Scorpion 2.0, it's not really that limited. It still wiggles around very nicely, goes all the way around. But the forward and backward movement It's still nice, but we've had more before. Then you have the long pack in the neck. You can still push that down, so you also have neck articulation. Goes side to side on that. Has some nice rotation, but beware of the shoulder pads. You can kind of move them up. They are soft-ish, but it still gets a little bit in the way. Got the big hinge in the elbow. Shoulder, actually. I mix elbows and shoulders, guys. I don't know why I mix it up. I know the shoulders over there and the elbows over there, but I don't. Okay, you have a ball joint in the chest. Rotate that around. Have this soft plastic piece. It's actually hard plastic, never mind. Just nicely covering it up. Now you got the right angle. So that's how much it goes forward and out to the side. Got a bicep swivel, and then the actual shoulder has double hinges in there, and the fist is on a ball hinge. Rotates around, goes back and forth, and this one is kind of stuck. There is a hinge in there. I can't see it. There you go. Would go a little bit further, I think. Does this rotate? No, this is all molded, painted on. Then you have this little piece you can open, which is more for like accessory displaying, which we'll get to. There's a lot for that. Then you got the entire chest area, rotates out, goes to the side. Let me get that in place because I'm just playing around with the lower part right here. The upper part is kind of hard to move as I lose one of the dreads again, but goes all the way around. It is heavily hindered by the chest plate, obviously. So let me give this one a good tuck as it disconnects. Well, there you go. It is a big ball joint, big ball on a peg. It is connected via torso and chest area. I'm really taking everything apart today. Well, I'm gonna move on with that. It is good, but really the challenge is getting around the chest plate and not disconnecting it. It will disconnect, but it will not break off, as you can tell. If somebody wants to be like, you're pretty rough, I'm trying to show you everything, and still, it's my figure, and I can do whatever I want with it, so suck it. Anyway, hip articulation, you can bring that to the side, you can bring it forward, back, and rotates all the way around. The belt is soft plastic, is floaty, so you can pull that in any direction you want. Then for the legs, goes up very nicely, got some good kicks, goes to the back. The bot mode is soft plastic, so it moves out of the way. Goes out to the side, rotation on the ball joint, double hinged knees, which are stuck again, I guess. Everything's a little bit stuck. I'm not gonna risk anything breaking off. See, I know what I'm doing. Then we got the foot on another hinge, so you can pivot that out to the side, bring it forward, bring it to the back, and finally you got a toe hinge to round it off. So then for the accessories, you got some curled up rasters for more battle poses. You got open hands and more grappling hands, booby grab hands. Let's bring those back. More open grabbing and then more of a tight grip, I guess. And then you have a nice smoke effect. Aha, it's not even smoke yet, but and a rocket with a little bit of fire coming out in the back. And you have all those things. Also, Nancy Molet has some really, it looks pretty rough, which it's supposed to be. It's a rocket. It's like those things aren't supposed to be squeaky clean. So you can adjust, you can add that to the smoke. Never mind, I actually needed to open it all the way. You have another one over here. I didn't even notice that. And man, look at that mechanic detail. And now I took the smoke out again. Now I can't get it back in. Anyway, you've seen it. You can do that. So we can fire some rockets. Pew pew! But that's not all you can connect to his chest. Because you're also getting the trash compactor. And holy hell, it's even too big for all of this. Yes! 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 This is... Oh my god. So you can also put these back in if that's taking up too much space. Even has some articulation. Can rotate on this point, so you can have... you can put somebody in there and rotate them around and then squish them. So I love this, guys. I love this. Also, the metal effect on it is beautiful. It has like small stains on it. Could be more bloody for my taste. No, but seriously. I mean, it is a trash compactor for your opponents. This was part of Mortal Kombat. This was a fatality where, you know. But anyway, you can put the trash compactor in his chest, and then you can rotate this up here, this piece, can bring it up and down, put it into pose, and then you can put somebody else over here. Unfortunately, you cannot, well, you could squish it. You can move this up and down, actually. And just kind of like, you can have some stop motion fun with that. I'm not doing that because I don't have the patience for stop motion. But this is the trash compactor. I love it. I love it. So that's gonna do it. Final thoughts of this figure, and I don't really need to say much. The figure is actually amazing. The Storm Collectibles Articulation does not disappoint. The paint job is good, except for some bleeding here and there, but overall I really don't have anything to complain. And what really knocks it out of the park for me are the accessories. I mean, this line, I can tell if all the ninja robots have stuff like that. You don't even need hands, you don't even need anything else. You're just gonna have like nice rockets and trash compactors. Oh my god, yes! I do recommend this one. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Sektor wants.